Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is a message from your spirit guides, and we have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 is the Fire Dragon Strength pile. Pile number 2 is the Leadership Answer the Call pile. And pile number 3 is the Lilac and the Higher Realms and Magic, which looks like a purple castle in the background there. So take a deep breath, focus in on the images and what pile is calling for you today. Is it the Dragon Strength? Is it the Leadership pile? Okay. Is it the Higher Realms and Magic pile? And we are going to go ahead and start with pile number 1. Hope everybody is doing okay. That was a really intense full moon in Taurus. They always are. And let's go ahead and get into your reading. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the Dragon Strength pile. And today's reading is called A Message from Your Spirit Guides. And we are going to get some high-level channeled messages from your guides to you, pile number 1, to imagine you in the driver's seat, to imagine you fully realized into the person that you want to become, and to imagine dragons roaring by your side, coming out to play. I think Imagine Dragons is a band, actually. Pile number 1. And a lot of people have like a special, not a lot of people, but many people have a special relationship to dragons. Have like a tattoo representing a dragon, or that's like their spirit guide or their animal that they really connect to when they see a dragon. So pile number 1, welcome to your reading, and we will find out what 8 of Wands coming through at the top here of the deck, and let's see what we've got for your cards. We've got the Wolf and the Pathfinder. I release your past. Wow, I feel like your guides are releasing your past and they want you to start a new journey. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands in the tarot represents Mercury and Sagittarius, which is what we have right now astrologically. And it's talking about your guides and your angels releasing your past so that you can start a new journey. They're telling you that you're a teacher and you're here to help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures, okay? And the 8 of Wands is about finding a clear path to victory. So smooth sailing is what they're telling you. Ace of Swords. Ooh, I like that warrior energy. 2 of Swords. And the World card, okay? And lots of surprises, I feel, for you guys along the journey. And lots of decisions to be made as well, too, which can be challenging. And at times we can let our indecision hold us back from closing the chapter and moving on to the next step. Okay, and let's see what else we have here. We have energy, Ace of Swords, energy with the mind. We have the North Node and your future, okay? And some of you could be a little bit scared or confused because you don't know what the next step is in your future. And I feel like with this World card, I feel like you're like, yeah, well, I hope it's unhinged in some ways. Like your future is unhinged. And I like that, having an unhinged future and having the energy to basically have positive, affirming thoughts about the future. I feel here, and your North Node in astrology is what you're reaching toward in this lifetime. It's what the experience is that you're wanting to have. Okay. And I feel like your guides are saying, like, don't hold yourself back from putting yourself out there into the world. Okay. Or exposing yourself out there into the world. We have acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. Okay. And pile number one, I have to ask you something, my loves, that an energy that I'm getting, and it may not apply to everybody. But I have to ask you if this is like kind of a hard topic, pile number one, but I have to ask you, did some of you, when you were younger or going to school, high school, college, or did you ever have like pictures or people like exposing you or sending pictures around about you? I'm talking like nude pictures, pile number one, okay? And for those of you who work in the industry where that would be completely acceptable or that would be something that you would do, no worries, like the message isn't directed at you. But I'm talking about people who are like afraid of being exposed in some way and then having like body parts or certain things or pictures um, that are exposing to you. I have to mention it because I am getting something about that. And sometimes like, and even if it wasn't like a body part that was exposed, it could have been something about you in your life that was exposed that, you know, you didn't want exposed about you or you didn't want out in the open about you. And, you know, it could have felt like maybe like it was ruining your future, or I'm getting something about a particular man that could have started a rumor about you or could have started like something about you. And I feel like your guides are very, very angry at this person for what they did, for quote unquote trying to expose you. Okay. And it could have been another woman that did this, that didn't like you as well. Okay. But I feel like your guides are very scorpionic in nature, pile number one. And I feel like they're very pissed off that somebody tried to fuck with you that way. Okay. And, you know, and some of you could have really felt like, because this person exposed you, and it could have been like a digital footprint thing. You know, there's like in society, in today's society, like a digital footprint can kind of like last a really long time and then come out again. If some of you feel like, okay, my future like got ruined because this person like exposed me, or like because this person um, try to like embarrass me or humiliate me or expose me in some way. It feels like they did something to um, limit me or close the door on my future. Okay. And for those of you that have experienced something like that, my heart definitely goes out to you. And maybe for a long time, um, or you were lived in fear that someone was going to expose you. Okay. And perhaps some of you didn't even like want to think about the future, or didn't even want to like, and perhaps for some of you, you were very young when all of this happened and your mind wasn't really, you know, formed at the time, or you were like not sure of how something was going to affect your future. And, you know, this has been a big acceptance process of not accepting, you know, that people are cruel and do things like that, but I mean accepting who you are as a person and accepting where you've been and what has happened in the past. Okay. Is something that I am getting. And I do feel that your guides are coming through in this reading and saying, don't let the past limit your future in any way. And don't let the past, like, you will find your path. Okay. And it's very interesting because I actually completely forgot about this release your past thing here and start a new journey. Okay. And so there's this acceptance that something is over. Okay. And I feel your guides are very angry about this situation and the way that this lesson was taught to you. Okay, or they're very upset that somebody tried to mess with you in that way. Like, see, my throat is already kind of, and maybe some of you feel like you couldn't really talk about it or speak about it. But I also feel like your guides are saying release your past and start a new journey. You're a teacher and you're here to help others, and your ideas have energy behind them that are going to fuel your future. And it's okay to close the chapter on this past, and that persevering is part of your strength. Okay, it says here your wildest dreams deserve a chance. Yeah, things that you're like, I could never even do that because of those doors that were closed to me in the past. Your guides are coming through and saying your wildest dreams deserve a chance here. Okay, and getting inspired through your thought process to really put some energy into thinking about what you want for your future. And there's some indecision around like your soul's purpose or your future or what you want to do. But I feel like a lot of that indecision has to do with this releasing of the past and this closing of the past, with they're trying to help you with. Okay, love, live your truth, and share the love that is in your soul. Okay, and and I'm also getting something about giving birth, or giving birth to your truth, or giving birth to the love that is in your soul, or that whole like birthing process that happens. And, sometimes at the time, we're not sure if our future holds like the ability to even have a love that endures. And maybe some of you take a look at people who have like really, really long relationships, or you look at, couples that have been together for 20, 30 years that are actually happy together. And it's like, couldn't be me, I don't know. I have no idea how I can make that happen for myself. Okay. Your guides are here to help you, guide you to the person that is right for you in your life. Okay. And maybe trusting, because of some of the things that happened in the past, maybe trusting is very hard, or knowing what to pick is very hard. Okay. We have anger. Yes, exactly where I said your guides were anger. They have anger about the past. And this is coming out underneath this world card, and acceptance, and needing to kind of accept that this situation is over. And maybe some of you were with somebody who tried to expose you in some way, or tried to manipulate you in some way. And it's like, I don't know if I could ever trust anyone again, or I don't know if I could ever go after what I love again. Okay. And your guides are saying, use your anger in a creative and positive way that allows you to maintain your dignity while producing a far more satisfying outcome. And I feel like what they're saying is we are going to rub it in these motherfuckers' faces. Okay. Pile number one. And they're not going to let whoever did this to you get away with this. And I feel like multiple times your guides have wanted to come and drop a brick on this person's head for their stupidity and the way that they acted and the way that they treated you, okay? But they're saying take this anger and put it into your creative, use it in a creative and positive way that allows you to maintain your dignity, which is like don't sink to their level. Okay. Closing the door and accepting what happened in the past, but if there's still anger that is lingering there, then that's okay. Like take it and use it to put energy into your future and into new ideas. Okay. And we've got 3 of Cups in celebration. Ooh, I love that. And they're having so much fun. And I don't know, it kind of reminds me of when I was a kid, pile number 1. And we used to play this game called puddle hopping when it would rain, and you'd go and outside when it was raining and go puddle hop without your shoes on in the rain. And just having that level of like fun and creativity and enjoyment, and not thinking about, I feel like your guides are saying don't let things get too heavy. Like release your mind and have fun and don't dwell, okay? And just be happy and be present and be free in the moment. And perhaps some of you, your wildest dreams revolve around creating a space for yourself, and perhaps some of you here for other women as well, where you can be, where you can really be yourself and be free and like have a good time and enjoy yourself without worrying about anything or thinking about anything. Okay, and what I'm getting is something about an incubator, which I feel like this dragon is kind of presenting here in this cube is a bit of an incubator. And sometimes like with startup companies, they have incubators or places that you can go to really carve out your ideas and to really try to invest some time and money into something to see if it can actually work, or to see if it actually like can come through for you. And perhaps some of you here, you're like, yeah, that's what I want, is I want like a safe incubator where I can be with other people and be in the moment and really explore the ideas that I have. And I'm kind of getting with this Ace of Swords and this energy card, I'm kind of getting like inventor kind of energy, or somebody that has really good ideas that need a place to thrive. Okay. And we have timing. All right. When it comes to your future and love in general, it's all about the timing. It says pull another card to see if you need to do it now, wait a while, or make a different decision. Okay. And this is where you could really be questioning, like, should I do this now, or should I wait, or what should I do? Okay. And we are going to take a look at that. Okay. We have food. What is no longer sustaining you in real life? Where do you see yourself in the food chain? Is your life abundant, or are you lacking in any area? Okay. Some of you here too, because of the way that you were kind of like exposed, or perhaps some of you, like maybe it actually affected your eating habits or the food that you eat, or your ability to make healthy choices around food, or, you know, because you see her with the red apple here, and it's like, okay, it's giving very much like Snow White vibes, which is interesting with the red apple and the dark hair. Maybe some of you kind of looked like Snow White when you were younger, or you had real dark hair and paler skin, and you had that type of energy. But it's asking what we're feeding ourselves with in our life, whether that be our food, our emotions, whatever, are not really helping the situation. So maybe it's time to close the door on some old like food habits as well. And to deal, if you do have some issues around food or some anger because of what happened in the past around that, Spirit is like, okay, we're helping you with that. Okay. Food, interesting. Nothing is yet set in stone. Okay. Mutable moon. And maybe that's what's driving you crazy a little bit, is that there is nothing set in stone right now. And you're not sure what to do next, but you know that something is over. Okay. And we have here, water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Okay. And because something is not totally set in stone, you could drive yourself kind of crazy trying to find the answer right now. Okay. And Spirit is saying it's timing right now. Okay. And in the meantime, water your garden, take care of yourself, nourish yourself with the right food, take care of your body, okay? I'm seeing something like wrapped around her neck, or hands wrapped around her neck, or maybe some of you need a massage, or you need to go soak in a hot tub somewhere. Go soak in a hot tub and then get out your vision board is kind of what I'm feeling here. Water your garden. Nothing is set in stone. Take care of your body with the food that you're eating. And sometimes, like when we're really angry and we're eating the wrong food, it can bring up a lot of acid reflux issues as well. Okay, so Spirit here to kind of help you guys through those issues. Nothing is yet set in stone, so water your garden and listen to your wildest ideas. Okay, get out that vision board. Nothing is yet set in stone. There is an ending coming, I feel, pile number 1, and you guys can feel it. All right, and the wisdom of the wolf really does guide you right now. And you're getting ready to start a new journey. The timing is not exactly right now, but it is coming, I feel, pile number 1, okay? An ending is coming, and perhaps some of you can feel it in the air, or you can feel it coming, all right? But, you know, it's okay to, like, take it slow, okay? And take care of yourself throughout the process. And yeah, 7 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Don't exhaust yourself by pushing really hard right now. The wolf wisdom is going to show you the way. And I feel some of you may have a wolf coming up in your dreams, or I feel a dream actually is going to help you guys. Right now, the emotions are really kind of flailing around a little bit, so I kind of feel like it's a good idea to wait a little bit until you have a clearer mind, okay? I do feel like an ending of sorts is coming in like 1 to 2 months, okay? And I feel within the first 6 months of next year, you guys are going to have a better idea of what's coming next, okay? So pile number 1, that is what I am getting for you, my dears. I hope that that reading resonated, and I'd love to hear your thoughts or your comments. Take care, pile number 1. Let's move on to pile number 2. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the leadership card, and very strong energy here for you guys today with messages from your guides coming through. So let's take a moment to clear our minds before we start the reading. Really wanting to channel through some strong and purposeful energy for you, pile number 2. Path may be long, but your guides are here to light the way, okay? So let's go ahead and get into your reading, pile number 2. The reading is called Leadership, Answer the Call, okay? Lighting the fire that's burning within your soul. It's like, I know this path by heart. I've walked it a million times. I've got this, okay? So pile number 2, okay, yep, we have the Knight of Wands and lighting that fire. And the energy I'm getting around this Knight of Wands is, you know, the audacity to say, I'm taking this. This belongs to me. This is mine. This is my journey, and I know where I'm going. And, you know, something that's so hot that it maybe burns the hand a little bit, but it's worth it because, you know, sometimes we're playing with fire in life, but we're getting ready to move up, Okay, we're playing with fire a little bit, but we understand how to use that fire and we're moving up towards something. Okay, maybe some of you have fire in your chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and you're like, Natalie, I've played with fire a few times in my life and I've gotten burned a few times, but I know where I'm going. Good for you. Pile number 2. We've got heroine and patience. Ooh, patience. I like it. That is, the Knight of Wands is not necessarily that patient. So your guides are coming through and saying, talking about patience. Create a place in nature's stillness and be renewed. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently toward your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. And patience is something a lot of people in life really don't have. And yeah, they're saying take time in nature's stillness and be renewed. Take time alone to find balance. And I like Libra energy as the antidote to Aries energy. Like Aries is like, let's go right now. It doesn't matter if it burns or not. And Libra is saying, be patient, be whole, be surrounded by those that you love, be surrounded in a beautiful pink bubble and a beautiful, like, I love this pink right here, actually, these pinks and blues. And we find so many representations of those colors in nature too. And pink and blue does have a way of kind of calming us down. Those colors are very calming. Okay. And take time alone to find balance. Okay. And maybe some of you are taking a break from certain people in your life right now, or you're taking a break from relationships. You're just taking a break away from the drama, and you're taking a break from maybe some of you are taking a break from a fire sign right now, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? We've got the Fool card here, okay? We've got 7 of Swords. Well, that's kind of zany. That's really zany energy. The Fool and the 7 of Swords, what a combination, okay? And the Tower, oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm getting an energy of somebody like tripping and fucking around or falling over or not watching where they're going and falling over. Okay, hindsight is always 2020, right? Pile number 2. Sometimes what we need in life is, life can be very clumsy sometimes. Life can be very reckless at times. Life can also be kind of dangerous sometimes, you know? And sometimes we just need to be patient with something, because I feel in your pile it's an interesting message, because there's a message about people doing things too quickly or acting too quickly and fucking around and finding out, okay? And some of you, this may be where you work as well. Like it's a real shit show and people are constantly like finding new ways to get, quote unquote, get into trouble. Or it could be the people in your life, okay? I feel some of you, you really do like excitement and adventure, and, you know, patience can sometimes feel really boring when you're used to everything kind of being at full throttle, okay? And I also feel there could be somebody in your life who, or maybe there's been more than one person, pile number 2, who's been like reckless at times or like devoid of common sense, okay? And maybe they are like really exciting or really fun or really spontaneous, but they're like a major shit show as well. So, you know, it's like, I don't know why I kept having that song in my head. Welcome to the shit show every single day. Okay. And if for those of you that are like, yeah, my life has really felt that way. It's felt like a total shit show. Like I just start to get my footing with something and then boom, whatever, rug is pulled out from underneath me. And maybe some of you are feeling like I cannot get anything to stabilize right now. in my life. Like everything is so up in the air. Everything is so last minute. Everything is just a new crisis every single day. There's always like people doing stupid shit all around me. And even some of you like driving, if you're driving your car, you know, around on the street, beep, beep, pile number 2. Just be careful because some of the people, like we do have a Mercury retrograde coming up and people are very distracted. Okay. And they're overstimulated. They're way too distracted. They're like really, not paying attention. Okay. And I also feel some of you could have had a partner in your life or many partners in your life. Like this, just people that you have to be really patient with because they're kind of a mess. And, you know, like they walk in the front door, they're tripping over their 2 left feet. They crash into the table and stub their toe. And then they're yelping and running around and knocking stuff off the counters. It's like, oh my God. Okay. So for those of you that are having that kind of energy in your life, also for those of you that are having somebody in your life who has some really bad habits, okay, that, and they're constantly like fucking up and going back to those bad habits. And they come back and they're like, oh, I'm good, I'm starting over. But then they're constantly like going back to a bad habit that's actually causing a lot of problems in their life and a lot of problems in their relationships and stuff like that. I do feel like there's a lot of unnecessary chaos here. And perhaps some of you are being asked to like step up and answer the call and lead the situation and be the leader in the situation and lead from a place of calmness and provide the key to like everything moving on in a positive direction. Okay. But we have trust here coming out under this full energy. Your guides are saying things are extremely chaotic right now. And I also feel like you're wanting freedom from a situation that you continually look back at and wonder if someone's okay, or you're like, oh shit, I got out of there at the last minute. But I feel like your guides are coming through and telling you to trust the journey, and not to push something too soon. Because sometimes when we're not patient and we push something too soon, there are consequences. And so I kind of feel like there's a message here to show some restraint as well. And I do feel like someone could be trying to convince you to trust them. All right. And you've had to be very patient with this person. All right. We have retrograde. Yeah. And I was just talking about the Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. Okay. And it's coming up. And it's going to be in opposition to Jupiter and squaring Saturn. So it's going to be a hot mess Mercury retrograde. For sure. Like things are going to be jaunty, big time. And Spirit is asking you to look back in the past where you have really trusted someone and you've been very, very patient while they get their shit together. But if you see them falling apart during this upcoming Mercury retrograde and they're telling you to trust them and they're telling you to, I do feel like it's going to blow over, but I also feel like Spirit is, your guides are saying they want you to take this next Mercury retrograde to think about people in your life that you've been extremely patient with that have been a total shit show, that are constantly asking for your trust or asking for you to trust them, although everything they do is kind of like becoming a shit show. Okay. I feel like your guides are kind of saying, like more patience is going to be needed with these people and these situations. But, you know, looking at how these situations have damaged trust, is what I feel like your guides are wanting to point out. And maybe some of you are going to be thinking about during this Mercury retrograde about how these situations have damaged trust, okay? Or we're needing to go back and review, do I really trust this person? Can I really trust the energy that they're bringing into my life? Yeah, honesty. And that's coming out with this Mercury retrograde. Now, I kind of feel like somebody, this Mercury retrograde is going to be really interesting, okay? It starts November 25th, the retrograde, and it goes into next month, all the month, pretty much almost the whole month of December. Mercury's retrograde. So we're already kind of in the energy right now. And it says, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Okay. And one thing I feel like this Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius is going to have people doing is blurting out shit. Okay. Blurting out shit that they normally like wouldn't talk about or they normally wouldn't say. And you're going to catch it. I feel like pile number 2. I feel some of you are going to catch someone in a lie, okay, during this Mercury retrograde. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't see that, okay? But you're going to be looking back, I feel like, upon your ability to trust what people are saying honestly, okay? And I do feel like somebody could be lying to you about the way an event happened or the way an event went down. Okay, if there's a crisis situation, they're trying to they're trying to avoid blame. And by avoiding blame, they're lying. Okay. And it could be like a little white lie that somebody says. But then after the retrograde is over or nearing the end of the retrograde, it's like, was this person lying to me? And I feel some of you are very focused on this issue coming up over the next month and looking at patterns, okay, where you've been very patient, because other people are not going to be very patient during this retrograde. They're going to be promising things and doing things that are going to actually land them in a lot of hot water. And whether you want to be a part of that or not is something to honestly ask yourself during this retrograde, okay? And take some time to enjoy the things that you have worked hard for, okay? Put your trust in yourself and take some time to enjoy the things you've worked hard for. And if it feels like things are constantly crumbling under your feet, that's where your guides are saying it's time to find some balance and some alone time and be patient with yourself, okay? Because things can get messy, you know what I mean? And even you are not above messiness, pile number 2. And I'm sure you can admit that to yourself, right? Like, yeah, I do have a short attention span, or yeah, sometimes it is hard for me to be patient, or yeah, sometimes I do just go face first into new situations without really thinking about the consequences of things or how waiting a little bit actually could have made a difference in that situation, okay? And Spirit is saying, don't let any energy come in and rush you forward, because it's not going to be good. There's going to be a hot mess involved in that. Take a step back and enjoy the things you've worked so hard for. We have Earth Guide. Your sacred calling upon this planet is to simply love and be loved. Okay? And perhaps some of you here, I do feel there are people in your life who are looking to you for the answer to help guide them on Earth. Okay? And maybe it's time to review some of these relationships where someone's acted as a guide to you or you've acted as a guide to them, and ask ourselves honestly, am I really at the point where I should be doing that, or do I need to address bigger fires that are currently happening in my life, okay? And being an earth guide does involve being really patient, because people screw up all the time, right? People fuck up, people screw up. Um, and having people who are calm and patient, who can help others, is a necessity, I feel like. And perhaps some of you are being called to step up and help in that way and be the leader and answer the call, because there is a shit show going on. But I would say, if this is trailing into your romantic relationships, to pull back on that energy, okay? We have perplexed here. And it's like, I don't know why this person keeps doing this all the time, or I don't know why all this shit keeps on happening, or I don't know why this world is such a hot mess. Like, I really don't. And it's saying, perplexed, still unsure of what happened, shake your head, roll your eyes, and respect that others choose to travel different journeys than you. Remember that each journey is important, okay? You know, and if you're wondering, like, why do they still keep doing this? Or why do they still keep saying this? Or why do they still keep, I don't know what's going on. I can't tell what's going on. Everything's such a hot mess, okay? And Spirit is saying, there are some shit shows happening around you right now, especially over this Mercury retrograde. So pull yourself back and allow nature to help you, and allow nature to help balance you. A lot of this is technology as well, pile number 2, okay? Something's gonna come out in someone's text, someone's email. It could be at the company you work for. It could be with a person that you've been talking to. Something is gonna come out, okay? And it's like, God damn, the world's a mess, okay? And we need real leaders in this world more than ever, okay? But sometimes we have to know when, like, we have to employ the statement, not my circus, not my monkeys, okay? Versus, when do we actually need to step up and help some people because they've truly gotten themselves into a mess, and, somebody needs to step in and help. But I do feel, I really get this energy, somebody's emails, text messages, something is going to be exposed. And it's like, I can't figure out why they said that or why they did that. I have no idea. And Spirit is saying, don't waste your time going in circles. Okay, see my finger there making circles, pile number 1 or 2. Don't waste your time going in circles with something. Okay, it's not productive. We have breakthrough and tower. Now, this is another tower. We have 2 towers showing up in your reading. Now, I do feel like there's going to be a really big breakthrough that comes through from a moment of self-honesty. Now, towers are not easy. Having tower after tower after tower, realization after realization, this isn't easy, okay? And it makes it hard to really trust what's happening because everything feels so jumbled. Pile number 2, okay? But I also feel spirit guides are saying, through a quote-unquote tower moment, or through the collapse of a structure that you thought was permanent and solid, there's some massive breakthroughs and massive, like, realizations that come through this. And the self-honesty is really gonna come through, okay? And I feel like your guides are saying, all your life, you've had to deal with these situations where there's like all these breakdowns around you. But then what emerges is like a total reset, which allows you to be free from these things that can become very destructive. And I feel like freedom from destructive things is something that Spirit is really wanting to bring through in your reading, big time. Whether that's you becoming free from self-destructive patterns or becoming free from other people's destruction, I feel there's a big breakthrough in self-honesty around this issue. We have looking. It's okay to look for better work. Be discreet in your search. You need to be aligned with your life purpose to be fully satisfied. Okay, and we see the eyes here, but it's looking in secret. Okay, and like I said, if you are looking for different work or you are going out to different job interviews, just make sure your schedule is like you don't accidentally put on your calendar, go to interview at XYZ company, and then your boss sees it or something. These are some of the faux pas that can kind of come up during Mercury retrograde. So Spirit is saying, just, you know, when it comes to your email, when it comes to your text messages, just cross your T's, dot your I's, make sure everything is very clean. And if you are looking for new work, do it in secret, okay? And I feel some of you are going to have a breakthrough when it comes to receiving a certain message, okay? And it's okay to look for better work, but Spirit is just saying be discreet and don't go around like telling a bunch of people what you're doing. And some of you may have a huge breakthrough in looking for different work, okay? While other people are still trying to figure out what happened, right? What happened? We don't know what's going on. And it's like, I feel like you guys see clearly and you're like, I know exactly what happened here. We have naked. Wow. Do you feel exposed or outed in some way? Yeah, that's the emails and the texts or things like that, right? You know, needing to be really careful with what people are putting in messages and texts and what people are posting online and stuff like that. Do you feel exposed or outed in some way? What is making you feel inadequate, guilty, ashamed, or vulnerable? What do you need to release? Okay. And that's interesting. Do you feel exposed or outed? And I actually feel for some of you here, there's people in your life or people around you, people at your job or a significant other, you're going to catch someone in a lie. I feel pile number 2. And they're going to be outed or there's going to be some big outing of something. And you figure out that someone is lying, all right? And it's like, and you know, seeing the situation for what it is, with this naked energy, like there's nothing to really cover up anymore. It's just everything's out in the open, and the honesty is really important. There could also be with the green here, with this green color here and the green eyes and everything, there could also be some jealousy or some envy or something going on behind the scenes that you realize, oh, this person is actually jealous or envious, and they're trying to cover it up through this lie, but they're actually jealous or envious, okay? And you being really perplexed about why did this person behave this way, and your guides are saying, step back and get into nature and touch some grass, because these people are gonna be a hot mess all over social media, all over text, all over emails. Some of you may see work emails coming in that are just a hot mess, okay? Like somebody forwarded the wrong email to the wrong group of people, and now all these people know they're getting laid off. Like that type of shit, okay? And Spirit is saying people are going to need you more than ever to be a guide to them and to help them and to step up. But there may be people who are on really, really bad behavior. And we need somebody who is calm and balanced, who can be trusted, who can help others who really have no clue, okay? So I'm really seeing that energy for you guys. We have a personal issue, reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. Yeah, something is out in the open. And it may be shocking, but it actually helps you see exactly where you're at with something, okay? And while everyone else is panicking and throwing up their hands and what are we going to do and everything, I feel like Spirit is saying be patient, trust, enjoy the things that you've worked so hard for. take this Mercury retrograde to go back and review. But don't be surprised if something gets exposed, okay? Yeah, we have Earth, school, life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning, okay? And, you know, there can be situations that motivate us to go back and get the degree that we've always wanted to get, because everything's a hot mess, everything's falling apart. And sometimes, like, the writing's on the wall. It's like, you know what, let's go back and do that study. Let's go back and do that learning. Let's go back and get that degree. We can look for another job while we're doing that, okay? Let's go back and do those things. And actually, a crisis may be like an opening for you to dive into some new and exciting energy that does have the potentiality to disrupt your life, but in a good way. I feel pile number 2, okay? But in a good way. And, you know, because the situation is breaking apart, it allows you to really see what things are and make some informed decisions about your own life, okay? And your guides just want to say they're going to be with you every step of the way as these things are happening. But if you're starting to feel overwhelmed by them, take a step back and get into nature, okay? So pile number 2, that is what I am getting for you, my loves. I wish you all the very best and take care. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the Lilac card, and your card says higher realms and magic. We are going to get messages from your guides today to help you along in life. And you guys chose the magic purple castle. So I have to tell you guys, I love this purple castle. In my youth, when I was partaking in other substances, I won't say what, but I was looking over, I was in a car, not driving myself, but I looked over and I saw a beautiful magic purple castle. This card reminds me of that. So anyway, pile number 3, let's go ahead and also lilac is a wonderful fragrant, I can't talk today, flower. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I just saw the number 2, the Roman numeral 2, which reminds me of Gemini energy. Okay, so perhaps some of you are coming into this reading and you're bringing some Gemini energy with you. I also see the letter J, the letter L, LJ. Okay. Perhaps some of you here are very good at scrying, or you're very good at getting mediumistic intuitive messages, because I am getting some in your reading right now. I'm also seeing the number 4. And I am seeing something about I don't care, the words I don't care and the initials PT, okay? So I just have to see what that is for you, pile number 3. I'm just scrying off your card there, okay? So let's go ahead and open the doorway to the Magic Kingdom, pile number 3. Let's see what your guides have to share with you. Let's be weird, okay? We just had a full moon in Taurus, Queen of Pentacles, full moon in Taurus, in conjunction with Uranus. Let's be weird, okay? Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. And let's hold space for us to be as weird as we can be. We have Peacock and Vibrancy. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility and avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. Ooh, I like that. Your guides coming through in the form of this peacock energy, and peacocks like to strut their stuff. Pile number 3, okay? And their feathers are just gorgeous, gorgeous energy And being in the spotlight could actually bring a lot of like material rewards for you guys with this Queen of Pentacles energy. And you were born to shine and inspire others. And practice humility and avoid jealousy. Yeah, it's very full moon in Taurus. I don't know why the full moon in Taurus is coming through so strongly in your guys' reading, but here we are, pile number 3. And we have the Judgment card. We have you know what's so interesting? There's a lot of people who wake up to their alarm doing the same thing over and over and over again. And it feels like lifeless zombies, okay? Pick up the phone, answer the phone, brush the teeth, wash the hair, whatever, put on the clothes. It just feels like doing the same thing over and over and over again. And it feels like unawakened, lifeless zombies, okay? And maybe some of you have been feeling like that in your own life. Yeah, like I feel like a lifeless zombie. I feel like I'm doing the same thing every day. It feels so boring. My soul is not inspired. And you know, sometimes waking up can be very difficult with the Judgment card, like waking up to the same day every day. And it's like, ugh, I'm so sick of this. I feel like a goddamn zombie. I want something to change, okay? So your guides are talking about bringing more vibrancy back into your life and getting away from the lifeless zombies. We have Empress energy. Ooh, gorgeous. Okay, now. And, you know, being grateful for comfort and stability in our lives, really resonating with that Venusian energy, okay? And it's like, I need more comfort. I need more vitality. And perhaps maybe some of you, it does have to do with like your wardrobe or your hair or, you know, your place or zooshing up your place, zazazoosh. I don't know where I got that word from, but zazazoosh up your place. You know, get a new piece of furniture that's really beautiful. Make a piece of art that's very beautiful. Get yourself some new different things for your wardrobe. Get yourself a new haircut, something that feels like it's waking up the energy or waking up your creativity. Okay. You know, getting up every day and being turned on by our life and ready to, you know, be very like proactive about what we're trying to grow in our life is something hard to do every day if we feel like a lifeless zombie. And maybe it's like, yeah, I get up every day, I put on my makeup, I put on my clothes, I slap on whatever, and I feel like I look good, but I don't know, I'm not really connected, okay? And when things have become kind of too superficial and they look good on the outside, but on the inside we're needing massive change, that's where, you know, things can really, when we really are getting honest about that, okay? And I remember there was a time in my life, pile number 3, where I was going to work and I was kind of wearing the same thing every day, black pants, shirt, whatever. And I just, you know, for as Venusian as I am, I was feeling very drab actually about my clothes and my wardrobe. And I did go out and invest a little bit into my wardrobe, and it did make me feel more confident about my work and my life and myself. And so sometimes Empress is where we need to be treating ourselves. Have you guys ever seen Parks and Recreation when Donna and what's his name are like, treat yourself, okay? And it's like, I want to treat myself, but I don't have the money, or I want to spend on certain things that are more lavish and tasteful for myself, but I don't have the resources, or I'm struggling to find time for myself. Okay, I'm struggling to balance everything in my life. And perhaps, you know, we see other people and how easy it is for them, how they have all the nice clothes and the car and whatever, and it comes so easy to them, and we feel kind of jealous about it, okay? And Spirit is here to help you deal with these trade-offs that we have to make in life. And sometimes it's kind of like awkward trade-offs that we have to make in life. And, but I also feel like you guys have a really big impact on people, and your energy has a really big impact on people. And maybe sometimes you guys create jealousy in others as well, and you don't even know it, right? So let's go ahead and see. It's like, I feel awkward and I feel weird, but nobody sees you that way. Pile number 3, everybody's looking at you as this game-changing empress who is here to, like, you know, inspire people and be this like fruitful multiplier in life. And you're like, well, I don't feel that way. I feel awkward, you know? We have change in how you see yourself and your success. And we have this success card here. Capricorn energy, achieve. Okay, perhaps some of you have a lot of Capricorn energy. And, you know, so much of the material world is based upon how much money we have, what clothes we have, what car we have, money, 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 okay? And that's the material world, okay, is really, really focused on the superficial. But it's interesting because you guys chose higher realms and magic, all right? And it's like, maybe you were like, yeah, I am successful on the outside, but I don't feel successful on the inside. Okay, and I feel like there's something about my appearance that needs to change, or about the way I look that needs to change. And, you know, maybe some of you, it's like there's this huge focus on success, or being with, you know, achieving goals and dreams, which is important, right? Achieving our goals and our dreams, okay? But it also can be this whole thing of, you know, people choosing certain partners because they have money, or people picking certain relationships because they're going to get money out of it. All right, superficial relationships, people only wanting other people because of their money. There's just a lot of questions and confusion and weirdness around this energy. And perhaps some of you here do have money saved, but you were with someone in the past who tried to use you, okay? Either use you for your beauty or use you for your money. Okay. And it's like, I don't want to be around that energy anymore. I just want to focus on myself and what I need to do day to day in order to be successful. Okay. And we have here guilt. Okay. And maybe there is guilt because it's like, okay, I could help this person, or I should have helped this person, but I didn't. Okay. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Okay. And for some of you here, it may be that you truly do want to shine, and you truly do want to do something different, and you truly do want to be outrageous and really, really shine and inspire. Okay. But you feel guilty, or you feel bad about it because it's like, well, other people in my life made me feel guilty when I tried to do something nice for myself, or when I feel guilty, or I feel bad about doing something nice for myself, or shining, or being this vibrant person. And maybe some of you were with someone in the past who made you feel very guilty for whatever money you spent on your appearance, or doing something nice for yourself, or you have come into some money and you want to invest it, or you want to put it in a place that works, or you want to buy something nice for yourself, but you feel like everyone's going to be mad about it, or everyone's going to be jealous about it. Okay. And, you know, jealousy, envy, guilt, these are all human emotions and that we feel, right? But if we get so locked into all these issues and we're constantly going back and forth, like, okay, I feel bad and I want to do something and I want to help, but at the same time, if I do, it's going to create all these problems. Now I feel guilty because I didn't help. Okay, these are things that I feel like Spirit is coming through to tell you with this Judgment card and this like awakening energy is like, okay, we are blowing the whistle on this, okay? And sometimes no matter what you do in your life or how you present yourself or organize yourself, you're gonna feel people's envy or people's jealousy, or you're gonna feel guilty and bad. I feel Spirit is saying rise above, okay? Like this higher realms and magic in the world of spirit, or in the world of, you know, graduating from this earth plane. There's no issues like this where there's all these class issues and who has more money and who's more successful and who's doing more than everyone else. And there's none of this energy, okay? And there's none of this awkwardness about letting yourself shine or letting yourself be who you are, okay? Or go after what you want. There's none of this or feeling bad for being successful or going after what you want in life. This is all human problems, okay? And I feel like Spirit is blowing this trumpet in this pile to say, wake up, these are, earth issues, and you can't let them hold you back. And I've met some people in life who are very stuck because of their guilt when it comes to their family or when it comes to being successful. And you can hold on to that and massage it whatever way you want. But at the end of the day, if you're not living your life for you, if you're not being your true self and shining in the way you're meant to shine, then why, right? Then why be here? And so, I mean, I kind of feel like your guides are coming through to say there is a big change when it comes to the way you look, or when it comes to superficialities in the situation, or how money is handled, or how your money is handled, or how success is viewed, right? Because everybody's definition of success is different, okay? And sometimes, like, if we're successful, we feel guilty and bad because maybe we come from a family where shining and being successful wasn't appreciated, and I kind of feel like for you guys, the higher realms and the magical realms are actually like an escape from this kind of like feeling guilty or feeling bad, or constantly having to chase success, or constantly having to chase money, and constantly having to care about appearances. And it's like, oh, I am so done with all of this, okay? And it says, don't waste a drop of energy trying to change someone else, okay? And someone who is like not focused in the spiritual realm, somebody who only cares about money and success and what they can have and what they can buy and all this type of stuff, or only sees success as this very rigid paradigm. I feel like Spirit, your guides are coming through and say, don't waste your energy, right, on trying to bend yourself to change for someone else, or trying to change someone else's mind. There are people in your life who are very focused on the material, and who are very focused on what they can get out of situations, and people who are very stuck in a rigid paradigm of what achievement is, okay? And I feel like Spirit is just like, whatever, their view is their view, but we're in this reading to focus on you, pile number 3, okay? Free spirit, yes. To be a free spirit is to float without walls, to fly without judgment, and to love without conditions, okay? And, perhaps you're wanting to tap into more of this free spirit type of energy, and you're like, oh, I would love to live my life more as a free spirit. I would love to be able to do whatever I want to do when I do it, right? And sometimes we have to build that structure in our life that supports that, okay? But Spirit is just saying your true nature is to be a free spirit, and don't waste a drop of energy trying to make other people into what you want them to be, okay? We have discontentment. Yeah, and this discontentment is what I've been talking about in the whole reading, is feeling discontent about something in your life. And something doesn't feel right. Discontentment. Okay, I have success, I have money, or I have what other people would, I look nice or whatever, but something doesn't feel right. Okay, something doesn't feel right, but identifying what's missing eludes you. Okay, and what is missing from my life? I feel like it's eluding me. Re-examine the situation from a distance, and the missing pieces will become obvious. Okay, what am I discontent about? What am I missing? And for some of you, this could be you're in a marriage that needs to break up, or you're in a relationship that needs to go. Like from the outside, people would go, oh, that's a very successful marriage, or that is a very successful situation. But this Two of Pentacles is like, I'm not happy with my day-to-day life. I'm not, and I feel bad because I know other people would want to be in my shoes, but I'm just not happy with what's happening. And I need a change. Okay. And the Judgment card is, I need a change. And there is this side of you that is a free spirit and isn't happy, with just focusing on like the material side of life. Okay. And this is coming through very much strongly as Virgo energy as well too, that like wanting that pure energy in your life, but then not being happy with it. And one thing my first astrology teacher told me was that Virgo energy does what it can to like purify everything around it, but if it doesn't reach toward the spiritual realms, it's not going to be happy. And so there is something here about incorporating more of the higher realms and magic into your day-to-day life, and to allowing yourself to be more of a free spirit and do more of what you want to do without feeling guilty or bad about how everyone else is going to crumble if you're not doing XYZ 1, 2, 3. And it's like something doesn't feel quite right with my life. And I want to go explore and do other things. But, maybe you're wanting other people to do those things with you. And it's like they're focused on other things. They don't want to float around and be a free spirit. They're only focused on one thing. Okay. And sometimes with Empress energy, it's like we want everyone else to do everything with us, but sometimes we have to go do things on our own. Okay. And for those of you that are in relationships or marriages that it's like, okay, it's not working. I want certain things in my life to change drastically, and this person's only focused on the goal, and I feel like you guys are kind of over that, and Spirit's wanting to talk to you about the guilt that you feel maybe about leaving this situation or letting go of this situation. The thing is, pile number 3 is this person's going to be fine without you. Okay. They're going to be fine. They're a big boy or a big girl. Okay. With this Capricorn success energy, I feel like they're going to be just fine. They've got their things in life that they need to focus on and be driven about and go for. And there's no reason for you to feel guilty for not sticking around or helping or doing more, maybe even financially or whatever. This person's going to be fine. Okay. And maybe you feel a lot of guilt about changing your mind or letting it go. But there is something about your life that feels like there is discontentment going on. Okay. We have the 5 of Wands and totality. Okay. And it's like, okay, will you be there to catch me if I fall? And I totally am like trusting you to catch me. And then somebody isn't there. Okay. And feeling very guilty about not wanting to be there anymore. Okay. And this could be because somebody is complaining all the time, or there's just a disconnect, I feel, between you and another person right now. And it does feel like maybe the guilt about it has been on your shoulders, pile number 3. Okay, it's like, I'm not connecting with this person. We're not connecting in the ways we did in the past. The energy feels awkward. And, but I feel bad for like letting go is kind of what I'm getting here. We have moving up and the Eiffel Tower. You are increasing your power and status, okay? You may get a promotion or move to a better home or office. You climb the ladder of success. But maybe you feel guilty because you didn't take other people with you, or maybe you feel bad. And I do feel you guys are moving up in the world. Like, you are becoming more successful. I don't feel you have any issue with that, okay? You are increasing in your power and status, Empress and Judgment. But the problem is even though you are moving up in what you're doing and your recognition, and more people are recognizing and more people want to be around you, and you are moving up in the things that you're working on, there's something you don't like about your life, okay? And it's like, I feel some of you are wanting to leave someone, but you feel guilty or bad for wanting to leave them, okay? And it could be a friendship, it could be a relationship. You are moving up. And also, that other person is going to move up fine on their own too. So don't feel bad, because I feel they're not going to have any issue with moving up. And maybe their superficiality around moving up, or their just constant focus on that, is starting to wear on you a little bit as well. And it's like, ugh, we have flying and falling, okay? And again, this has to do with the free spirit energy. What do you need to be free of? Are you ready to take risks and fly solo? What do you need to feel empowered? Yeah, maybe some of you are wanting to fly solo and you're not wanting to be with someone anymore. And, you know, I feel some of you here, you want to feel sexy, or you want to feel wanted, or you want attention, or you want to feel beautiful, and you feel bad for wanting to have that attention and to feel beautiful and all of that. But you're sick of being ignored by someone in your life, okay? Or you're sick of waiting for someone to notice you, right? Don't waste a drop of energy trying to change someone else, okay? What do you need to be free of is what the question is. And your guides are saying, are you ready to take the risk? And do you feel empowered to really be yourself? Or are you still feeling guilty about letting go of something? And if there is something in your life that feels like discontent, or you're not getting what you want, then what to do next, right? And we have here, you are very close to achieving your goal. Yeah. So, you know, sometimes it feels weird to let go of something right as you're about ready to achieve a goal. And you feel bad or you feel guilty about that, but something about it doesn't feel right. Okay, so your guides are here, and maybe you feel like you can't really be yourself, or there's all this social pressure to kind of play a role, and you're discontent with having to look a certain way or play a certain role in a particular way, but you're so close to achieving your goal. And the question is how can I achieve my goal and then go do what I want and not feel guilty for leaving, okay? And guilt is one of those emotions that we have to wrestle with in life, okay? But if we don't really face our guilt, then we're just going to be left kind of reaching for something that we truly don't want for a very long time, you know? We have activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led, okay? And maybe some of you are wanting to visit some powerful places in the world, Mount Shasta, Stonehenge, Machu Picchu, Sedona, like, you know, activated earth, places where you can feel the energy, places where you can really connect to the land. And Perhaps some of you here, it's like, yeah, I have had to be very focused on the material world and take care of things and take care of people and, you know, all this type of stuff. But I'm ready to change. I'm ready to do something different. I feel bad for going or for going off on my own or traveling or doing my own thing. But I feel like your soul is really feeling a powerful call to, activated earth places, like, you know, power places, places where you can really feel the energy. Because what is needed, I feel like, is a shift away from maybe this more structured, successful, superficial earth energy into something more spiritual. Now, I'm not saying stop paying your bills and go join the circus, pile number 3. Okay. But is there a way for you to achieve your goals, but also be more of a free spirit at the same time and ditch the guilt or ditch the social pressure, ditch the guilt, and go to the places that you really want to go, is what I feel like is the big question mark from your guides right now. And they're kind of giving you back the responsibility for this, I feel, with this Capricorn success, you know, energy here in the middle of your reading. Is they're saying you are a very successful person. You have done a lot in your life. What else do you want to do? What else is going to make you feel fulfilled? What is missing from your life? Okay. And maybe it is like going to magical places and discovering more and writing and being creative and getting into experiences that are deeply transformative on a soul level, is what I feel for you, pile number 3, okay? So that is what I'm getting for you, my loves. I wish you all the very best. Take care.